People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
Against this right back, Charlie.
Are we live? Of course we're live. People deluded, I'm back again. First things first, appreciative for all of you lot tuned in. I don't know who that Don was talking about 10 past 10 start, but he was lying to you lot. What I will say is if he was, I think he was doing it with his best of intentions. You know, I can't lie to you lot. I was enjoying myself in the shower, in it, people. I was singing my heart out, rapping my heart out. And yeah, man, once you're late, you're late. So I apologize, but it's Friday. Allow me, man. You know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Large up the Twitch gang. As you know, it's another jam-packed day of content, and I'm not going to sit here and cap, you know, we keep the grind going around these sides. We kept going. International break, we were still here waffling between us lot. So big push, but next week, well, this week now, or what's left of this week, and next week it is what it is now, isn't it? So there's watch-alongs or some bit of content every day. Check your schedules. Again, today we're here at 10 a.m. We pause for a bit. 11:30 we go again. 2 p.m. I've got Statman Baines. 4:30 I want to play Football Manager, but I'm aware of the World Cup draw, and you know, is it a thing where we play quickly and then come off and then watch the World Cup draw, or do we do something else? So bear with me with that regards, people. Or maybe we'll just cover kind of both of them. But on that note as well, people, again, and then as you lot know, Saturday, this is on Twitch, Liverpool versus Watford, Manchester United, Leicester. Sunday, there's Premier League games, so there'll be a watch-along half an hour before kickoff. Arsenal is on Monday. That's an hour before kickoff across YouTube and Twitch. Tuesday, Wednesday is Champions League. Thursday is Europa. You get the point. Content. So there'll be live watch-alongs, FM streams, you know, collaborative pieces. Shout out to Tapping Tobes and Mo Hader as well, because you can check out their live stream. So yeah, bear content, man. Appreciative to you lot. The Premier League is back. You know, obviously Bruno Fernandes has signed a 4-year deal with the exception of another year, people. So essentially a 5-year deal. You're seeing stuff around agents start to pop up, and things like that. Premier League's back, like I said. Any talking points, questions, etc., Arsenal related, football related, whatever, just get them in. Shout out to Danny, the longest I've seen you here, mate. You know, big up Deluded, time to sharpen the claws, top 4, baby. Hopefully, man. Black Diamond, shout out to you. Shout out everybody else tuned in, man. All rise for the national anthem. Come on. Ian Wright, cosign. I don't know, man. Shout out to you. Oh. You don't know him as Mr. Right. Oh, yeah. Ian.
People deluded, I'm back.
Oh, yeah. Big up uncle. Let me stop now, man. I can't lie, I'm still at club, man. A man said World Cup draw has man vibing with family in Canada and the US. True. Left my career for a second. 1807, 17-6 in the Western, 126 out Sheffield. Hey, Digger, I know that's Digger. Hey, see, I knew already. Hey, Digger's one of the hardest in drill, man. I can't lie, drill's dying. But if it's not Digger, Unknown T, CB, couple of these sort of duns, it's a myth, man. But I prefer more rap, UK rap. You know, the Rimsies, the Potters, the Tiny Boosies. You know, Young Tef, Rico Squeeze, Relly Ren. You know, these sort of guys, man. So yeah, man, it is what it is, man. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Like I said, in relation to the World Cup draw, that's at 5 p.m. UK time. Obviously, adjust your clock wherever you lot are around the world. What's going on in terms of... All right, that's Bruno. Southgate has had something to say. Aspilicueta. There. Sorry, people. I'm just on the Athletic, and it's a good time to find the cool two articles to go through with you lot. I think the Arsenal one that we can save that for 11:30. What's this one? All right. I think we got the same thing twice there. So yeah, man, it's time to get going. DGG bringing back the UK drill. I wish, man. I would love to be a rapper, man. The footballers want to be rappers. The rappers want to be footballers. I want to do it all, man. But then again, if we get to 50K on YouTube or 100 plus and the same on Twitch, we can do what we like, man. You see some content creators, you can do. Will Smith can do what he likes. I've seen him be a musician, a movie star, an actor. You know, slap man in the face, like and win an award. Like things can happen. Obviously, still can't control what's in his house. You know, his kids are moving mad. His wife that probably didn't want him from the. She's got a husband, but that's not the man she loves. It's clearly Tupac, Mr. Shakur. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. So, yeah, it is what it is. DG, do you think Ranić had a say in Bruno's contract? Nah, man. I don't think. I mean, he could have been asked his opinion, whether you think it's good or not. I think that's an above board one. I mean, whatever man say about Bruno, you know, you got to look at when he signed the deal. Whatever you say, he's become a stronger. He's one of United's most key players in a sense, and I'm trying to use the right words in terms of squad stature and things like that. With Pogba leaving, he's clearly the one man I'm betting on, and he is underpaid in terms of what he was bringing to the table. So it was something that was probably a formality for a while now, you know. So I think it was decided long before Ranić. What I would say is that, you know, with the new manager coming in, who knows if he even wants to use Bruno. So is the new manager going to be allowed to do what he needs to do, or is he going to have to play the political game? Arsenal haven't really, we've turned a corner, but we ain't, you know, it takes years to define turning the corner. And whether I liked it or not, one thing that in hindsight I feel was beneficial for Arsenal is we took Arteta aside when it was Aubameyang. We took Arteta aside when it was Ozil. I think that's what Man United need to do, because I keep seeing the same theme at Arsenal as well as Man United. A new gaffer comes in, everything looks perfect. The players say it's perfect. Then you start hearing little rumblings. This player don't like this. That player don't like that. It's a bunch of divas. As I said, Ten Hag can have all the ideas he wants in the world, yeah, and I have no doubt that he'll be a good manager for United. But it's about the structure, you know. It's about off the field, you know. They need, as I just said with the point about the players, off the field, the directors of football, all of these other things, you know, they all need to do what they're doing. Ralph Ranić the other day went out and said, oh, I don't know what Fletcher does, and you're sitting with him every game. So things like that need to be addressed so that a man can just concentrate on football. A manager in today's day and age should be the most disposable. What Man United, what Arsenal, what Barcelona are getting back to, what a lot of teams is that define what your club's philosophy is and how it should be, and then the people in them roles just keep it moving, really. So he maybe had a say, but I can't imagine there's much to him. Man United are a dysfunctional club that focuses on PR and commercial signings over trophies. Dividends FC, Glazers out forever. Brazy. The man said, I heard he's got 130 goal involvement since she signed. Roski, it is what it is. The new deal was going to happen for a while, innit? And Bruno's one of the United's key players. He's someone they're kind of betting on. And I'm picking my words wisely because we all know he's incredibly frustrating and that. But it was happening. You know, if it was any other walk of life, since he joined last January or the January before, he's done his thing, really. And if that's any other job, you're going to say, yo, man, need a bit more. Especially when, I don't know how much Bruno was on before, but, you know, there's a couple man that are on big boy contracts at United and all over the league. If you're doing your market research, I've done more than them. Why am I on this? So, yeah, man. Is Ten Hag to United confirmed? Heard they're offering to pay his compensation. It looks like it's moving along. You know, it looks like it's moving along and it's a formality, but I'm just a football fan. You're just a football fan. We don't know. Everything looks assured to happen until it simply doesn't. Who's on 100 bags. So, yeah, bro, that's underpaid, bro. Like, you're underpaid, fam. That's the same as Lingard and them man there. Like, come on now. You know, it's like Saka. Saka has to sit there and go, yo, listen, I'm one of the first names on the team sheet. Since I last signed that new deal, I've become an England international. I'm playing week in, week out. This season, I'm actually making the difference for you lot. If I don't play, it's kind of long for you lot, whether that's testament to Saka or more a damning verdict on where Arsenal is. It is what it is. And I'm going to look at Saka and you look at Arsenal's earners, not to get onto Pepe, but Pepe's top 5. Lacazette's top 5. Now, we know at the time of signing those new deals or when they joined the club, that's the deals they're still on. But if I'm Saka, I'm going, hang on a minute, you know, Lacazette's only playing because the mad thing happened with Aubameyang, and he's leaving at the end of the season. And him and Eddie and Nketiah have 4 goals between them. I think Eddie's even technically on more. I'm saying, hang on a minute, what's that? Pepe, hang on a minute, what's that? Do you get where I'm going? And the knock-on effects. I'm saying the same if I'm Martinelli. Even to a degree Saliba. So these are things to want to consider, man. I heard they upped his wages to around 240. He was on 120. They've been discussing it since last June. So there you have it. It's not something that it's something that was a timing thing. Clearly, they've spent the last whatever months dotting I's, crossing T's, and it was a formality, really and truly. So yeah, man, I wouldn't say the Bruno thing, if I was a United fan, would necessarily move me or be groundbreaking news, because respectfully, you man knew this was coming. You man knew you was signing a new deal, surely. Like, you knew a deal was landing for Donny. Let's call that. Oh, do you know what it is? It's not even about ability. It's what you can hustle, bro. Football is what you can hustle. Sometimes it comes down to what you can hustle as well. Sometimes when you see crap players at good football clubs on good wages and the vice versa to that, sometimes it comes down to how good your agent is. It's about hustling. You know, you look at Everton. Everton have been getting hustled. They're probably not, because he's not going to do the business, but Everton are in a position where they'll give Spurs about 40 million if Dele Alli hits all them variables. Iwobi went for 35, 40. Sigurdsson was 50. That's 100 odd million on 3 bog standard players. They got hustled. They can't hustle, so they got hustled. You know, Arsenal have been shagging themselves 9 times out of 10, as you saw with Ozil and Aubameyang's new deals. All right, tear up my contract. Let me get my piece. It's about what you can hustle, man. Keeping the wage bill under control, more dollars for transfers, common sense in it, facts. So it's one of them. Morning, Josh. Morning, everyone else tuned in. Big up everybody locked in. Don't forget, across YouTube and Twitch, we're going live at 11:30 as well. So shortly, whenever this finishes, it finishes. Don't close your Twitch tab, or go and open up a YouTube tab and hit the like button on the video. Let me drop the link as well, man. One love to you lot for supporting the thing. So yeah, man. It is what it is where Bruno is. Should we go and see what else is going on in the world of football? Bro, Everton's just a mess, you know. I don't think Everton are gonna go down, but if they ever did get relegated, it's peak, because you know the Russian Donny's gone, so it's a myth. How are they gonna get out of that? DG, do you keep up with the championship here and there? I'm not an avid follower. I'll watch it when it's on and try to see little players here and there, but I wouldn't say I'm a championship connoisseur in that. So nah, to answer your question, I would say no, man. I'm not really qualified for much, but if we crack on with stuff, you know, they won't when they end up in the championship with a point. Bro, it's peak because they can't really invest. They don't really make peas like that. I swear they got a new stadium. Half the players are going to bust out. There's no relegation clauses. They're all on big money. You know, they've been misspending, as you said, because you even saw what we covered the rumor the other day. They're chatting to the Premier League about, you know, they're not really trying to even release their finances. Everton are a mess on and off the football field. You know, Lampard has his own problems, but he just, you know, to be fair, he's inherited a mess. You know, in recent years, 2 of Everton's best signings is probably Damari Gray and Townsend. And, you know, since the second half of the Premier League, what happened there? Since it's like, I can't lie, Damari Gray, after scoring the winner against Arsenal, he fell off a cliff, really, from a footballing sense. Unfortunately, Townsend's injured. So it is what it is, sir, people. I don't want this tea to get cold, man. They have to probably sell them Donnies anyways, broski, but they probably have to get rid of Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, and they shaped themselves because Richarlison, obviously they didn't want to let him go at the time, but did they not have some mad offer from either PSG or Barcelona once, where I can't even remember what club, but I remember everybody remembers it was like, oh, you really bidding that for Richarlison? They didn't take it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, again, at the time, Everton obviously were not predicting a terrible season. Now, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's had a poor season anyways because of injuries, and obviously with what's going on with Everton, if they're in the championship, it's probably a myth him getting called up to England, so he probably needs to keep it moving. So they're not getting their 60 million, their English tax. You know, I'd be trying to buy Dominic Calvert-Lewin for 25, 30 something, really. Probably reach common ground at 40, which I think is slightly expensive as well. Crazy, man. Barca offered like 70 again. 70 million. Should have taken it, because you're not getting that for Richarlison now. Bro, you can come for the squad. I don't know if it was Bayern, but someone offered. I don't think Bayern would have offered 70, 80 or whatever for Richarlison. That don't seem to be their style per se. He lacks positional discipline. He lacks positional indiscipline. I think you mean positional discipline. A low IQ in the final third. For every assist, he gives the ball away 20 times, which directly or indirectly leads to an opposition goal. The ball spamming Beaver will find it difficult to play with Ten Hag's positional play philosophy. Fuck you know, bro. You did a man dirty, bro. Man called him a beaver, you know. Anything more than 30 is too much for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Slightly in it, but I'd be prepared to go to about 40. And even that, I'm zanging myself, but it's almost like what he's 25, 26. Them ages there can be part of the squad. He isn't the worst of player. There's a bit of longevity there. It is what it is, man. I've seen Arsenal do a lot worse. Even though I say that subjectively, but yeah, man, you know, if you can get Dominic Calvert-Lewin on a discount, why not? DG taking Brewster now, bro. Nah, bro. Big up Brewster, but not for what, bro? You're better than Eddie, but the bar's on the floor. And I only say you're better than Eddie because I've seen you go after Swansea in the Championship and score goals. I haven't seen Eddie score goals, respectfully. In the cup and that, yeah, the phone rings. There's no charger in that. Nah, it is a shag. But that's what I'm on the Dominic Calvert-Lewin thing. If you sign one of the serious dons and then if he's for the squad. But yeah, it would be a shake. Stan Kroenke to sell the Emirates Stadium. We're going to speak about that at 11:30. Don't worry. You know I've seen that, man. It's crazy. Man, they're drawing out. Man called him a beat. Do you know why? He's a bad guy, yeah? Because it's so... The way, man, it's spamming Beaver, you know? Like, do you know how perfect that is for pardon me, Bruno Fernandes? It's like yesterday or the day before, somebody called Rashford MBE Youngboy. I'm like, fucking... Some of you lot on the net are crazy, bro. You know, some of you lot are crazy. And if I was a footballer, shit like that would rattle me. Like, I would find a lot funny, but if I was Rashford and I was called MBE Youngboy, I can't lie, I would die, man. I would, man, genuinely. But yeah, away from all of that, can't lie, I don't even know the minute we've actually started, but let's just say, bro, MBE Youngboy is a classic, bro. That's so elite, like, you know, whoever made that, man, I have to spud, man. Like, because that was lit. Let's get into some talking points that's going on in the world of football, man. Let me go on Safari because that's where I'm logged into the Athletic. Where we at with that? Fuck off, Mike Dean, man, you pussy. Sorry, people. Sorry, I shouldn't be cussing bad word this early in the morning, but Mike Dean, I don't care about why you're retiring still. But anyways, man, let me share my screen for you lot. Big up you lot. Bro, Rance calls him MB. Bro, Rance got away with words on the best of days, isn't it? So I would big up Rance. Can't lie, Rance would rattle me if I was a footballer that he didn't like. If I was Rashford, I genuinely he would hate Rance. God, he's been rubbing him up from day, fam, and he's been proven right. Anyways, people, unfortunately, apparently Wilfred Ndidi's been ruled out for what's left of the rest of the season. A bitter pill to swallow for the young Nigerian international. So he's out for the rest of the season. Azpilicueta triggers 1-year extension of contract with Chelsea. Azpilicueta has triggered a 1-year extension of his deal at Chelsea after playing a certain number of games this season. His contract was going to expire in the summer. Barcelona have been in talks over a new deal. Apparently, however, a performance-related clause in his existing agreement has now been exercised. It's understood he reached the required and in December 2018 has been automatically extended until summer of 2023. So he might just stay for one more year for Chelsea and then keep it moving. You know, Barcelona, I think they've all but confirmed the 3 signings of Kessié and Christensen. Every day it looks like Rudiger's going somewhere else. You heard Barca are looking at him and things like this. Is what it is. DG, what's your thoughts on Harvey Elliott? This kid is actively really beefing haters online, no media training. Do you know what? As a content creator, I understand it because everyone looks at you as a bad guy, man. Like, I could ignore 100 people, and the one person I give time for, you're rattled or whatever, so I could get it. But what I would say is play the game, because you do see Harvey Elliott with that a lot. Like, I swear there was one time where either his DMs got exposed or something got exposed, and he was telling this girl, why are you chatting to Curtis Jones and them lot and me as well? He just looked very insecure. He's a young man, innit? He will learn, but he's gonna have to learn the hard way, man. You just got to remember, let them do the thing on the socials. You're a footballer. It is what it is. But yeah, in relation to Azpilicueta, it was coming in it really. So yeah, Azpilicueta, his future's still uncertain because it's still 2023 and whatnot, but we'll have to see. So yeah, man. Under Abramovich, there would have been every chance that the Russian would have allowed him to leave if he wanted, despite the clause being triggered due to his service with the club, as you saw with Piotr Cech and things like that. So that's as for Quetta. We're going to get into that. Bruno Fernandes signs new long-term Manchester United deal. The 27-year-old has signed a deal until 2026, has the option of a further year. He said, from the moment that I joined Manchester United, I have had a special relationship with the club and our amazing fans. I grew up watching this team, dreaming of getting the chance to play here one day. That dream is now a reality and an honor. Even after 2 years, it still feels amazing to step out at Old Trafford to hear the fans sing my song and to score in front of the Stretford End. It's a true privilege to wear this shirt and to fight for our incredible club. And there's so much more that I want to achieve here. What have you achieved anyways? And I know that this is the same for the rest of the squad and staff. More than anything, we want to give the fans the success they deserve. How about, I think certain fans just want to see some ball retention from you, man. But what you can't lie is that for 47 million, he's been all right. It's a mad fee, but he's done all right for United. He's doubled his wages. It is what it is, people. And again, talk started in November 2020. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. That's Bruno Fernandes. Some of you are going to like that. Some of you are going to get vexed, man. Gareth Southgate believes his England side can win the 2022 World Cup, but they have to be close to perfect to lift the trophy, which is true. We have said to the team this week, if we get to the semi-final, we can get to the final, and we did. If we can get to the final, we can win it. We've definitely got respectability. Sorry, people, I've skipped ahead. To do that is incredibly difficult, and we'll have to be as close as perfect as we can be. That's the challenge for us, not just when we get to Qatar, because we've got to be in the right condition even before that. We've definitely got respectability, and I think we'll be a team other teams wouldn't look forward to playing. But that's a double-edged sword, because some teams are going to prepare differently for you. And as you know, allegedly, we're among the favourites. And as you know, we're in pot one for the draw, people, which means in the group stages, Qatar, Brazil, Argentina, Belgium, France, Spain, and Portugal will be avoided, people. So we'll see. And if you don't know already, this World Cup will be played in the winter of November 2022 and will end on the 18th of December 2022. I'm keen to see how this, pardon my language, fucks up the Premier League and other calendar lists for time, people. DG predict the next 3 games for Arsenal, Man United, and Spurs. I don't know for that, man. DG deluded. He signed 5 years more when he's still got 2 years left in his contract. To be fair, clubs are going to it. The last 2 years of a deal, that's when you want to thingy something in it, really and truly. So it makes sense. And they've been starting the talks for a hot sec. So yeah, that's what Southgate has said. Well, what are these? Oh, this is just fixture list. Bro, what was I doing here? Anyways, I've gone out on my own terms. I wish you went out sooner, you flipping prick, Mike Dean. And you just know next season you're going to be behind so much controversy, man. What a twat. Shout out to the family threw a coin at this guy's head, even though I don't advocate violence. This guy's just a twat, man. I've never, he's like Piers Morgan and Gary Neville to me. He believes his own hype, man. He wants to be a movie star. Just like how Clattenburg referees. These men are just madmen. But yeah. What has this referee said? Times have moved on. Referees are getting older. I'm not as fit as I used to be, so things have got to change. I've made the decision myself. I have gone out on my own terms, which I wanted to do, and no one else's terms, which is good. I'll miss when the season starts next season, not walking out to referee a game, but I have had good innings with the 22 years. It's time to move on and see what's in the future. Maybe we don't know yet, but we'll see. There's been suggestions he's going to VAR, but he's kept his fingies open. Contrary to reports and speculation, I've been offered no VAR role at all. That's just word of mouth, I think. It could be that if I wanted to go for it, but I don't know yet. I need to keep my options open. Broski, I hope you go and just sit on TV somewhere in America or wherever. We don't need you anywhere near the Premier League in any capacity. You're a bum. Only in this country, the bums get rewarded with things across the board. And you're extremely mediocre. So by God's grace, you never, ever referee a Premier League game again, and we see the back of you. In terms of any more athletic articles, what else have we got on this good old athletic finger magic? This is all Arsenal stuff we're getting into later, people. It looks like Fabian Schär and De Bradcar are fit for the trip to Spurs. Spurs are going to be Newcastle, man. Burnley could be without Ben Mee for the Manchester City clash. Rangers have cancelled a friendly versus Celtic in Australia. Fair enough. Speaking of Celtic, as you can see here, Liverpool have secured the signing of one of their teenagers, Ben Dork. Don't know how good he is, if he's good at all, but it is what it is. Sheffield United have posted a profit of 9.5 million quid for the last season's financial year. Apparently, Gianni Infantino, FIFA has not proposed a biannual World Cup. He's insisted FIFA has not put forward the idea of a World Cup being held every 2 years, despite Arsene Wenger's thing. He said, let me be clear about this. FIFA has not proposed a biannual World Cup. Let's get the process clear. For a vote, and 88% voted in favor to study the feasibility of that and some other projects. But FIFA did not propose anything. FIFA came to the conclusion that it was feasible, but it would have some repercussions and impacts. The next phase was consultation and discussions and trying to find agreements and compromises to find what was most suitable for everyone. Okay. And I'm sure if you're Swedish, if you're Nigerian, if you're a couple of countries, you're wishing that it's every 2 years now, because you ain't making this one next year, innit? And Mo Salah's not, bro, as good as he is, he might not play at a next World Cup. And if you're someone like Zlatan, it's crazy. Zlatan ain't played in the World Cup since 2006. Think about all that's happened for Donny within that time. Unfortunately, trust. Big up Ramsdale for helping out the small teams getting to profit. What's good, DG? Big up yourself. I see you hitting the gym. I'm trying, bro. You know the thing. Come on. What, me, Jim? Not even, you know. I'm just, you get it? I'm just do little push-ups and all them things there. You get me? You get me? Hey, you're gassing me. See, don't do that, man. You're taking me off course, man. Easily distracted. You can see what sort of you I was in school and hella behaved, and then when the man start messing around, I'm there, man. Like, just stop, man. I'm trying to stay on the course. Appreciate that, man. Come on. And all the haters, baby mums out there, come on, flexing. You get it? DGT, good looks, sold separately. Come on, you know the thing. Come on. I don't want to stop now, man. Come on. Done now. Take my picture. Done now. Show. Done now. Come on. You don't know. Hey, you're gassing me. Trust me, a Dharma thing, but I don't be using that cake soap, man. You get me, man? Got the pretty brown skin, man. Don't need to do none of that. Like, I done it dirty. You didn't deserve that. But anyways, on a rather serious note, unfortunately, first things first, yeah. Hey, coming to it, babyface killer. Only got a social thing, but come on. Gotta have I gotta have energy, man. Man said coming to a baby mother near you. You lot kill me with some of this stuff, man. One love to the Twitch gang. You lot good vibes, man. YouTube, I can't say the same. Don't get twisted though. Every now and again. And on a serious note, though, obviously health is wealth. As I always say, I hope everyone's got their health in all aspects, and we don't know how lucky we are. I'm happy that Lenzini, at the end of the day, the only damage is that he's hit a tree, smacked up a car. You know, he can buy a next car. You can't buy life again, innit? Like, we're literally dying every day. Literally. Like, we're alive, but we're dying every day. Literally. So it's a bit brazy. As you lot can see here, West Ham midfielder Lanzini suffers car crash, but unhurt after hitting a tree. He's escaped unhurt after he was traveling after a car he was traveling in crashed and hit a tree. He was being driven by a chauffeur to West Ham's training ground on Thursday afternoon. So, yeah, the 29-year-old was assessed by medics, but did not suffer serious injuries and did not need to go to hospital. So, first things first, it's nice to see that it's nowhere near as bad as the headline might say. And shout out to him for being unhurt in it. Like, and obviously, the chauffeur, anyone that else was in the car, we hope they're all right as well. What else have we got? I'm bugging out, man. Apparently, Manchester City spent 35 million on agent fees last season, people. Well, this season, really, you know, with Man United a close second with 29 million splashed out. Let's see exactly what happened here. 35 million. Apparently, in total, the current 20 Premier League clubs paid out 272.6 million to agents between February and the end of the 2022 January transfer period, which is a necessary evil. You know, they paid that. How much profit are these clubs making a year? Whether it's on players, whether it's through bringing in sponsorship. I know people will see this and demonize agents, maybe even demonize players, but it's the belly of the beast. It's these fat cats in football clubs that are, you know, born into wealth and are rich anyways. But yeah, man, it's a necessary evil. Manchester City topped the agent spending table after a year which saw them obviously sign Grealish. They obviously signed Julian Alvarez. Their spending would have been higher if they succeeded with signing Harry Kane. This has gone on to say United, meanwhile, spent 73 million, which is $101 million on Jadon Sancho and Varane, and obviously Cristiano Ronaldo, where Mendes is going to have to get paid. Third on the spending list is Chelsea with 28.2. Liverpool are fourth. Right, considering we spent 150 million last year, not that we bought like higher caliber players, but Arsenal are fifth, where we spent 18.7. Our North London rivals in Spurs spent 13.9. And then Watford, who were promoted from the Championship, spent 12.6. So that's not sustainable. Brentford spent the least amount. And then when you scroll down and look at this, people, City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, Watford are in problems there, in my opinion. Watford shouldn't be that high, especially if you're getting down to the Championship. Probably the one time you look at Brentford are last, Southampton, Burnley. So to be fair, it's expected. Newcastle are not going to be here sooner. Like, give it 12 months, 18 months. Newcastle are probably going to replace Arsenal. Maybe I expected them to see them bump places. I think they'll go ahead of Arsenal, Liverpool, maybe Chelsea, depending on what they do as well, man. So yeah, man, it's a necessary evil in the game. You've got to pay agents, really. Like, you've got to, especially when you're going after certain sort of players. So it is what it is where that's concerned. Apparently, Manchester City training Ukrainian refugee footballer who fled Moscow following Russian invasion. Former academy teammate of Zinchenko has been invited to play with the Premier League champions to maintain his fitness, people. The 23-year-old's been offered the chance, I believe, to train with their development squad. So, yeah, man, let him do his thing. What else have we got here? Allegedly, shamelessly, Hudson-Odoi and Lamptey are being targeted by Ghana to switch to them. Now, on one hand, if I was Ghanaian or if I was the Ghana coach, I would sit there and say, you know what, you pussies didn't want to play. Just because you're seeing a World Cup, you're getting horny and thinking you could play. It's a myth, But at the same time, respectfully to Ghana, it's hardly the golden generation that Ghana were previously blessed with collectively. I think they've got to, Hudson-Odoi, Lamptey would be two very good signings to play for Ghana, to play for their homeland or the Diaspora nation. I also think they should go for Eddie Nketiah, even though Eddie Nketiah, his head's just going to get bigger. He's just going to get rewarded with being mediocre, with playing for his country, with playing at a World Cup, but on the bench, it wouldn't be the worst. Ghana's right, man. And any other potential Ghanaian people that they can go and get as well. But the Ghanaian FA are hoping to persuade Callum Hudson-Odoi and Lamptey. And for Hudson-Odoi, boy, I would do it if I was you. There's a chance. You saw the way when he went on holiday, the way the Ghanaians were moving for him as well. Bro, you're not going to get that for England. England might gas you up, but the minute you play rubbish, like you saw with Saka, Sancho, and Rashford, or you do something brazy, bro, they're onto you. They're onto you. They're not going to call you Cal and them thing there. Like, so yeah, man. Apparently, them two, along with Eddie and Nketiah. Now, I'd rather, Hudson-Odoi and Lamptey. Eddie, I mean, on the bench, that would be calm. But apparently, Go understands Hudson-Odoi is considering making a changeover ahead of the World Cup finals, man. And apparently the director of Ghana's FA communication said, if it was that we wake up tomorrow and the new coach of the Black Stars wants Lamptey and Hudson-Odoi, whoever is available, we'll look at the regulations and the possibility of getting them. If it's within our reach, we will pursue it. The new law for nationality switches that you should be 3 years from your last game from the association you want to switch from. So that means if today Hudson-Odoi played for England 3 years ago, we'll look at the month in which he played. And if it's exactly 2 years, he has every right to switch. And he last played in 2019. Switch, broski. Pardon me, do the Zaha thing. Lamptey, I understand it. But listen, again, when I look at people like Tariq Mitchell, I like Tariq Mitchell. I'd love for you to keep playing for England. But you could very easily be a one-and-done England man. Go elsewhere and play, bro. You could be international football. You could play at a World Cup. And like I said, the way the Ghanaians were moving mad for you just coming to the country, imagine how mad they will move when you're playing for them. It's an experience you can't buy, man. It's an experience you cannot buy. But it is what it is, man. Agents are becoming too powerful and often ruining transfers because they're too greedy by demanding ridiculous fees. Respectfully, how though? because the clubs are willing to pay. The clubs are it's football clubs that inflated this thing. Players are just getting their agents are just getting their commission. It's the greed of the Premier League that saw them try to do Super League, that sees them pursuing TV rights, that sees them playing ridiculous international friendlies and pointless friendlies in pre-season and whatnot. If agents are evil, what are clubs? I wouldn't demonize agents more than the clubs. It's the clubs. The clubs have peace. Really and truly. Yeah, there's a legitimate debate to say there's too much money in football and agents, but I would like to see I think you should start from the clubs, because at the end of the day, the agents are 9 times out of 10 looking in the interests of their players, and if they want to get paid, that's their business. The players are the product. If the players don't play, then it doesn't matter if there's a World Cup if nobody's playing, but it's the fat cats. And again, 9 times out of 10, at least these footballers and some of these agents, they come from lower class and middle class and things like that. These donnies are born into wealth. So I wouldn't necessarily go around demonizing agents necessarily when they're just part of the belly of the beast, man. Really. Algeria requests replay of World Cup playoff against Cameroon due to scandalous refereeing. That one there's a myth. As we said, Liverpool have agreed a 600k deal to sign a young lad from Celtic. What else is this? Real Madrid are signing a teenager from Shakhtar Donetsk, people, as they've taken advantage of the Ukraine-Russia ruling. This 18-year-old Vinicius Tobias allegedly will alternate between the Castella, whatever it's called, the B team, and obviously the first team. And they need a right back for now, innit? You don't need to buy Hakimi back because Carvajal fucking shit. I think that's it for news, people. We'll look at the transfer news in a second, people. Oh, shit. Let's get some timestamps going. And then we need to look at the Premier League. Speaking of agents, in fact, there's one we missed out something as well. Sorry, folks. Yeah, of course, but the club, think about it. The club is a business. The club don't want in any walk of life, you don't want to pay more than you should. The only reason clubs have a problem with agents is because they have to pay more money and they make less of a profit. Is there some bad agents? Of course, but all these clubs are dirty. Every one of these clubs. And when you see what the fuckery clubs, maybe it's because, respectfully, I see a lot from the other side. When I see clubs pressure a young player to sign a new deal, he's not signing a new deal. So you're saying you're not playing under 18s, you're not playing no more football. It's crazy. Anyways, AD Ward is charged by the FA for breaking rules. He's the same. I think he's former Sterling's agent. He's currently Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Colossal Sports Management. He's broken rules on underage players, which a lot of all these agents do it, to be fair with you. Last year, he claimed that the allegations leveled against him were unfounded, but AD Ward has been charged by the FA for approaching a minor about joining his talent agency following a year-long investigation. He has until the 15th of April to respond to the charge, people. He's been found guilty, along with his agency, as I said, Colossal Sports Management, of trying to recruit a player before their 16th birthday. And again, there's a certain club in the Premier League. There's a certain club where their academy coach bullies their young players to sign with his brother's agency. Football's a dirty game. But yeah, he needs to pattern that up in it, people. So yeah, man, he's in issues with that one. What's this? Oh, we've already spoken about Lanzini. Nah, football's unsustainable. I'm not gonna say there's too much money because it's the demands in it. It's the demand. There's money where there's demand in it, but it spending is unsustainable. And for me, it's the greed of these clubs. It's the league associations. It's all of that as well. Agents and players, they're very low level when you look at the people who control it, the media money, all of these sort of things. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. And I even think salary caps are kind of barbaric, man, if I'm honest with you. People love when clubs get money, but get angry when Dave from Hertfordshire gets paid. Exactly. So yeah, man, what have you said? Deluded out of topic. Did you get any offer from AFTV for what? Can't see how Don Robbie has invited you on his show. Your brilliance needs to be exposed, man. As an OG, I know genuine talent when I see it, Jed. I appreciate that. I've been on, well, Robbie knows, man. Do our thing, though, man. I ain't no one's whore, bro. I ain't whoring myself out for no one, asking, begging them for nothing, man. We do our thing, man. We bust on our timing. God's timing is the best, man. You know, everyone gets their time in this life, man. I remember that it is what it is, really. You know, it is what it is. Kind of happy, man. Can't believe I used to, after games, stand there and wait to be interviewed about my opinions. There's nothing wrong with it if people want to do it, but it's a dickhead thing because I'm just building someone else's thing. It's dead. Anyways, looking at this, people, Premier League action, as you not know, is back this weekend. Right, hella games to be decided, hella games in hands to be played. To be fair, they said the Spurs derby, Spurs Arsenal, North London derbies to be played in May. But on Saturday, we're going to be doing a watch along on Twitch for that. We've got Liverpool Watford, which I'll be live half an hour before kickoff. It's that point in the season where dodgy results start happening. But if I had to bet money, you'd expect Liverpool to run riot. Salah might take all his frustrations out with not going to a World Cup with Egypt out on Watford, so it might get long. Brighton, Norwich, you'd back Brighton, but not, like I said, it's that bookie time. Burnley versus Man City. You got a West London derby in Brentford versus Chelsea. Leeds against Southampton. Wolves, Villa. That should be a good Midlands derby. Manchester United, Leicester. I think that game's gonna be a dream seller. I think United are gonna smack up Leicester. But we're doing a watch along for the first game and the last game, people, which is on Twitch. You've got West Ham, Everton. You've got Spurs, Newcastle. Obviously, on Monday, you've got Crystal Palace, Arsenal. Now, for Crystal Palace, Arsenal, apparently Zaha and Elise are injured, but, you know, Vieira's got them playing well. You know, they're fearless, they're expressive. It's going to be an evening fixture in South London. You know, Crystal Palace is always buzzing. It's going to be a difficult game against a team performing, whether players are playing or not. We're going to have to earn the right to play. Arsenal's next 3 games, for me, I would describe as bogey teams: Palace, Brighton, Southampton. But then when you look at our next 6 games, you've got the 3 I've just said, and I believe we've got what I could be capping, but I'm sure there's Chelsea there, there's United, and there's West Ham or something like that. Either way, these next 6 games are crucial. These next 10 games are crucial. We've done the hard part. We're half the way there. Of course, we need a Leicester win, bro. I hope Leicester win. Listen, anyone playing the top 4 rivals, I hope Lampard can get a result at the London Stadium. I hope Eddie Howe can do a thing against Spurs. I think Conte's men are going to beat them up. I don't think it's going to be a game like that. I think standard procedures for everyone. You know, I hope Newcastle do it. I hope Everton do it. I hope Leicester do it. I hope Vieira remembers where he made his name in the Premier League and drops us 3 points, man. I'm not going to cap to you lot. So, yeah, man. Elise too. But then again, last time we bucked Crystal Palace, they never had Zaha and they stressed us out. When we played Brighton, they never had couple man. Basuma and Webster at them times there. So even when we've been missing a couple of players for Arsenal, we've got results. So yeah, man, it's going to be tricky. For me, I'm actually more scared if Zaha and Elise don't play because other players are going to step up. You got to remember, it's like at Arsenal now. When things are going right and you're not getting much of an opportunity and opportunities present themselves, whether that's with injuries or whatever, take your chances, bro. They might not be the best, but they've got slot that can cause problems. Gallagher's play, you know, Gallagher, Mitchell, Gurhey, they're all doing well in the Prem. They're all going to come back with their chest even higher because they've been involved in England. It's a good team. We're going to have to earn the right to play, man. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. Eddie Howe's team has been informed. I hope Joe Linton can do what I'm sure he's done at the Tottenham ground before and scored a goal and they've taken 3 points. I can't see Newcastle doing that. Everton, West Ham, if I have to bet money, I'd probably say West Ham. Saying that, though, West Ham do look a bit shaky, man. No, Zaha's a brazy one, but I'm saying I'll be more scared that he's not playing because this is where there's an element of unknown. I know what to expect with Zaha. He's a good 1v1. He's an actual 1v1 demon. You know what to expect. Other players present an unpredictability, like guys like Slop and things like that. So yeah, man. And like I said, when other players are not involved, people step up. And it's when you've got a good bunch of lads doing what Palace are doing, you're going to want to take your chances. Look how Cedric, Leno, and all these guys have taken their chances for Arsenal when they've come into the team. Martinelli, the same. So, yeah, I'd be more shook if they weren't involved, which I kind of am. I kind of want to see Elise, and Zaha, and I think they've all got injury problems. I can't lie. I do think there's a bit of lying with Crystal Palace. I do think at least one of them is going to be playing, but it is what it is. Trust me, we do need Joe Willett to do a thing, man. It'd be written in the stars. I can't see it, but, you know, we hope and pray and hope and the rest of it. What happened here? Can you lot still hear me? Fuck. All right, we're back. I don't know what the screen just... That was a madness. Sorry, people. Can you lot... Yeah, it's finally showing. We can still see the Premier League. Brazy. But, yeah, man. That's us. And then, obviously, well, we'll cover that in next week. But, yeah, you've got games to come in it. So, it is what it is. If I had to predict these games, well, Salah, man, Salah and Jota, you don't need to pattern my FPL. I'm gonna flip and say, bro, they're gonna make peas on Elise, bro. 8 million quid in a day and age where there's bare nonsense. Look at that. But if I had to predict Liverpool, Watford, 3-0 Liverpool. I think they'll go easy. I think Salah brace Jota goal. 3-0 Liverpool. Brighton, Norwich 2-1. Brighton, Man City, Burnley. You know what? 2-0 City. Chelsea, Brentford. 3-1 Chelsea. Leeds, Southampton. 4-3 each way, really. Wolves versus Villa. Two teams that are forcing the rivalry with us. 1-0 Wolves. Man United 2-1 Leicester quickly. Everton, I would love them to pull it off, but I'd 1-0 West Ham. And I think Spurs will win 2-0. I think Spurs' game will be quite comfortable, really and truly, if I'm honest with you. So that's where the Premier League is concerned, people, man. Really. So, yeah, man. What you lot saying? Sorry, people. Elise is special, as we just said. Serious diamond. I can't lie. I think Elise is more deserving of the hype than Ize, if I'm honest with you. Like, I've known about Elise for a while, but I'd say for me, where I really thought he was good, he was playing for France at the Toulon tournament. Crazy. Be keen to see what his international future is saying, Carl. Obviously, I don't want to say he won't play for England, but it seems like he's more in the French planning. He's got French, England, eligibility, Algeria, I'm sure Nigeria as well, and there might even be a next country, so it's up to him. I do FPL, you know. I can't remember our team's our league name, but we do have one. And I hate playing with some of you lot because some of you lot are bang outs. I'm gonna put money on these. Probably the very different thing is gonna happen now that I've said it. I do hope there's upsets, but yeah, man, I honestly don't have a clue, man. Oh, that's nice. My video with Mo's uploaded onto YouTube. That can come out later today. Finally. Needed. What else is there? Oh shit, the other one's not. We want the best players on the pitch against Arsenal, saying that Vardy and Ndidi are missing for Leicester tomorrow. To be fair, I just think Leicester's time is done. Like, I just think they need to recycle a lot of what's going on, man. And I think they're just going to go back to normality. Yeah, Elise is injured, bro. At least what we're told. What's popping, my guy? I'm there, man. I appreciate you lot for tuning in, man. Without you lot, this would be dead. Should you look at some transfer news to round up this live stream as well, people? Let's call it news, because again, I know a lot of us don't believe half of this BS, but look, man. I swear the last time he played Palace was on a Monday as well. I'll be real, I don't know. I'll be absolutely honest, I don't remember. Yeah. All I know is that these games are normally tales of two halves, and they're anything but plain sailing against Crystal Palace. And we dropped two. As I keep saying, for me, Crystal Palace at home, Brighton away, Burnley at home, United away, Everton away, because we dropped points from winning positions, much like Crystal Palace at home. These are the games that, beyond the obvious, I'm going to look back at the end of the season and see what's going on and think, whoa, being played is crazy. I did see that. It's not exactly the last week of the season, is it? And again, this is, you see why I don't care that Premier League club players make money, because I don't care that it's being played then, but you know why it's being played then. The TV people, obviously the game got cancelled or whatever at the time, but the TV people just care about capitalizing on this top four race. So everybody cares about peas. This is why if anyone deserves the peas, it's the players. But anyways, away from that, and other people around that, apparently Nigeria's Football Federation have sacked the entire Super Eagles technical crew as well. Just thought I'd mention that because it's up there. And now let's see what's going on with these transfers, man. Just show me all the transfers, not club-specific business. Appreciate that, my guy. It's only a great stream because you lot are great, man. And I appreciate you lot for tuning in to all of my content, man. Without you lot, there'd be no point sitting here. So one love to you lot, commenting, subscribing, following, offering opinions, you know, making sure information that might be filtering in consistently is brought here. And big up to all the people that might not necessarily be commenting or whatever. They're working, they're driving, they're doing whatever they're doing, and they're just supporting. So yeah, appreciate you lot. Without you lot, this thing is dead. Looking at the transfer news, Leicester hope to persuade Yuri Telemans to sign a new contract despite interest from Manchester United and Arsenal. Manchester United expect Ronaldo to leave the club at the end of the season, halfway through his 2-year deal. Raw. Without knowing the new manager and that, maybe he's just not on it. But where are you going to go? You can't go back to Juventus. The Madrid thing's dead. Bayern not taking. You could go PSG, and I would like to see Ronaldo and Messi play together. It'd be good to see an influencer team and whatnot, but I can't see that happening. Is he going to go back to Sporting and one of them sort of things that's close to his heart? Unless he's going to forego a lot of wages, is what it is. He could go MLS, or I don't know if he can go America, and it will be great for Ronaldo, really. Certain things might be waiting for him there, rightly so. So I don't know. Gareth Bale was a target for AC Milan. I genuinely think Bale's going to call it a day after this year. I think he's just going to sign for a little team. Obviously, things can change, but I think he'll find a team, sign a little deal, keep ticking over into the World Cup, and then do his thing with Wales, and whatever happens shall happen, people. Barcelona have made a bid to take advantage of sanctions placed on Chelsea as they look to try and sign Rudiger, who they could do. Christensen, who we're alleged to believe has basically signed for them, and Rudiger, 1 minute it's Juventus, now it's Barcelona. It'll be Real Madrid tomorrow, won't it? So yeah, it is what it is. Lukaku remains unhappy with his situation, and he's trying to go back to Inter Milan. Really? I told you lot that him at Chelsea is not going to last. I'd said it wouldn't surprise me if the next summer they buy another striker. I didn't think it would rub out. It felt like his Chelsea career was over within 2 weeks. You know, the only thing I've seen you done is rip apart Pablo Mari. Really, you know, it's a bit dead. As you lot know, Douglas Luiz could leave Aston Villa. Newcastle are ready to hijack Aston Villa's attempt to sign Philip Coutinho permanently from Barcelona. Leeds United are looking at signing Sergio Dest. Obviously, he's an American international. His coach is American. Can't lie, I think Dest is shit. Allegedly, you know, Spence wants a move to the Premier League. He has a 20 million price tag on his head. United, Spurs, and Arsenal are all interested in him. Apparently, James Garner's wanted permanently by Nottingham Forest, but any deal is hinging on them gaining promotion. Leipzig are in contract talks with Nkunku, who's become a French international now, and is getting interest from his former club PSG, Real Madrid, City, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Man United, and saving the best to last, Arsenal. Tottenham have made a £2 million bid to sign Luke McNally, 22-year-old from Oxford United. We already spoke about Liverpool signing the 16-year-old Scottish lad from Celtic, people. Looking at this, allegedly Arsenal still on the radar of Schumacher, which again, he just looks like one of them, man, that's just going to stay in his country and not really play anywhere, man. So yeah, man, Fernandes has signed a new deal. Barcelona to battle it for Lacazette, dead. AC Milan once again are looking at Bale. Salah allegedly ready to do everything for Barcelona switch. Are the finances and the contract available? I mean, Liverpool are going to have a decision to make. You know, if he hasn't signed a new deal in the summer, are you going to let him go? Are you going to let him leave for free for next season? Are you going to pull the trigger and sell him at some point? It is what it is. He probably will renew, man. I'm seeing Ron go into Paris. He can stat pad all day long. Spence just looks like an Arsenal fan. He has to take a pay cut. Inter can't pay that 325k per week. Do you know what? They could twang it. They could say, yo, we'll take him on loan. And then it's calm. Found you via rants. Big up rants, man. But yeah, Salah looks like he's doing everything. So we'll have to see. Ooh, fuck, is this lad? Looking to fight Napoli for a 21-year-old Georgian international. Not sure I buy that. Allegedly, Ousmane Dembele won't be offered more than 8 million euros a year, people. It looks like Gavi and Araujo, based on rumours today, look closer to signing new deals at Barcelona. There's been a complete 360 in relation to how they're treating Dembele, the fans, the owners, the way the manager's talking, everyone. Mr. Teeth, I appreciate you for subscribing as well via Amazon Prime. I just see that, well, subscribing on Twitch. So yeah, there's that. Gavi, Barcelona better yet, a confident Gavi signs a new deal. Everton are looking at Vestergaard. Ugh. Cavani's close to joining Boca Juniors. 1 minute you're going Boca, then you're going Real Sociedad. I don't know what going for Cavani. Allegedly, he's been close to leaving United on several occasions over the last year, but has decided to see out his Red Devils contract. And, you know, he's probably on a big boy contract. And you got to remember, if you see out your contract, you're due a loyalty bonus. He apparently wants to move closer to his family in South America for what it's worth. We've seen this already. Allegedly, Leicester want to make free signings. To be fair, Brennan Johnson looks quite decent. Noni Madueke is wavy. I think if he leaves PSV, he boosts his England chances, in my opinion, because I don't think Southgate takes them sort of man in from foreign leagues and that. But why do United fans? Every United fan, brethren I talk to, they hate Cavani. Well, Statman, I'm going to ask him about that. In fact, don't forget 2 p.m. on Twitch. I've got Statman Baines. I need to think of some questions. Statman. Just as a reminder, Man United versus Leicester. Premier League. Ronaldo to leave in summer. Ronaldo to leave in summer. What else have we got? Bruno, new deal. That's 2 things. Don't forget 2 p.m. You don't need to think of it now. If you can help me, then help me in it. But we'll ask him some questions. Top 4. Let me ask him top 4 race on. Go over that. We're going to speak about that every week until it happens. He's basically been on vacay while they're in it, so I can get the hate. Forgot Cavani was a red. Bro, he's using us for the bag and he thinks he can please the fans once in a while with his little bow and arrow celebration. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I can see Cavani must be one of those players. There's certain sections of United fans. They might see how you're saying that. There's certain people who might not necessarily care about that because I can see in England, Cavani's the perfect player. Don't get twisted. In his prime, elite movement and things. But at a time where Man United are at this moment in time and the things that are going on, it just looks like to me that because he runs around and he's got that sort of playing style, fans will leave him at certain sections, will leave him alone because of that. It's them same sections that will look at someone like a Martial Rosa and say they don't care because of, you know, how their face is and whatnot. We took over the retirement home mantle from Arsenal. Hey, why not, man? Everton have won more relegation 6 pointers than any other team in Premier League history. Clutch. I don't think Everton are going down. Why would you join Arsenal? Heart or acclaim? Spurs are a bigger draw for new signings. The North London rivals will likely be competing for signings. I see Jamie O'Hara's yapping up. Bro, this is how he gets his engagements in it. Guys like Jamie O'Hara, they don't go to bed feeling good about themselves. I'm telling you, when they put down there, when they take off, when they've had their shower, when they take off their clothes, they close their eyes and they look up to the sky at midnight or whenever they're going to bed, they have to ask God, why am I a dud? Because they don't believe half the things they're saying. They just know they chat shit on socials. You know, his wife's out there was getting pressed by the whole of his teammates and whatnot. He's, you know, he's there bullying, trying to fight 14-year-olds and shit. Jamie O'Hara, suck a dick. Simple as that. Like, no one fuck what he has to say on Talk Shite. The man there know it's engagement levels. And he got knocked out the Copa America before Fred last year, just for Fred to return before him. And Cavani asked for extra time. Man plays for Uruguay more than United. Cavani's playing it smart, doing the minimum for the underachieving club, keeping a distance from all the mess. Trust, he actually is, you know. He's about just enough times and then he disappears enough so you don't really remember him, at least for the neutrals. You know, again, did Cavani play against Spurs? Because that's the only game I can remember off the top of my head. I'm sure Cavani played, he done 2 up front against Spurs. Was that the game? That wasn't the game Ronaldo scored a hat-trick. I think he man battered them same way anyways, but I'm sure that's the only time I'm sure I can remember seeing this season. That's I can't lie. Let's see how many appearances Cavani has for Man United Football Club, man, this year. 35, he's taking a piss, really. Can't lie, CV's wavy though. Man's played for Napoli, United, PSG. Can't lie, his goal record isn't bad. It's rubbed for United, but you know, for PSG, 200 goals in 301 appearances, 43 assists. For Napoli, 104 goals in 138 appearances, 14 goals. Palermo, obviously, he was not rubbed, but he was developing them times. 37 goals in 117 appearances. For United, 19 goals in 56. In the Premier League, he's played 38 times. He has 12 goals and 4 assists. In Liga, 138 to 200. Serie A, 112 to 213. For Uruguay, 54 goals and 130. How many appearances have you made for United? You played 56 times. Crazy. To be fair, though, looking at it, there was a period where you played. He got 45 minutes in the draw against Newcastle after suffering a tendon irritation, and then he played 90 minutes 3 times. You know, mixed results because, you know, you beat Burnley 3-1, you lost to Wolves, and you drew with Villa. And then he bust out, and then he came back to play 10 minutes of the 3-2 victory against Spurs. And this is the Prem. Then again, he got 82. But I can't lie, you look kind of, it does look like you've been onto him, bro. This is PSG's all-time top goal scorer we're talking about. The link up for that goal was cold. I can't lie, when he linked up with Ronaldo. Every time he goes United normally give him an extra week or 2 week off. Said he wanted to leave Nos times, gets no hate. Ralph Ranić begged him to stay in Jan, yet Pogba and Martial gets hatred. Man on over 220k per week, injured conveniently all the time. Yeah, he looks like them players, don't get it twisted, where if he's got a little bruise on his toe, if his hammy's not there, he's not playing. And again, it's commitment, isn't it? He clearly is not fully bought into what Manchester United are doing, or doesn't believe in what they're doing, because he barely wants to play. And I understand it, Carl. He's had a hand in 3 goals in 17 appearances across all comps, people. 1 goal, 1 assist, and 2 goals. And the 2 were in the Prem. So, yeah, that's 12 and 2 in the Prem. 2 goals in 12 appearances in the Prem. So I understand why he might be pissing some of you lot off. I cannot cap. Crazy. On that note, though, people, I cannot lie, though. Obviously, don't close your Twitch tabs, because in 15 minutes we go live once again, people. I'm just going to close this. Can't lie, I'm going to go get some toast, and then we go again. We're going to focus slightly more on Arsenal, but any talking points, etc., are welcome. As I said, we've been here from 10. We're live at 11:30. I've then got Statman Baines at 2 p.m. and then 4 p.m. I'm going to be playing FM or something. Last thing, have you seen that meme, DG? They text, we're understaffed, then they reply, that's crazy, good luck with that. They're trying to say that's Cavani for United. Probably is, mate. But yeah, on that note, you lot stay blessed, stay safe, have a good day. Hope you have a great weekend, a great start to the weekend off the back of a fantastic week. Health is wealth, so hoping you and your loved ones have continued good or better health. So on that note, going to see you lot in just under 15 minutes or so on and so forth. Big up the Twitch gang. Appreciative to you lot all over the world and in the UK like myself who have tuned in. I'm out, man.
There's always just that active red flag, defending. I think it's like